Hi, everybody, and welcome to Benefits of Journaling for People with Parkinson's and their care partner. I am Julia. I am the Assistant Director of PSW. I am also a journal enthusiast, and this is Cheryl. She is our journal expert, and that is how we kind of bonded and became really close friends. And we talked about how journaling has helped us in our journey with Parkinson's and decided to do this presentation because we realized how journaling has benefited both of us, me as a person, a part of my dad's caregiver team, and then Cheryl as a person with Parkinson's.
Yep.
So today's presentation is brought to you by Supernus Pharmaceuticals. They gave us a little grant to do this presentation today. So everyone who participates gets a journal. If you signed up before Monday, you should have the journal already delivered to you by UPS. If you signed up this week, you'll be getting a journal in the upcoming weeks. So thanks, Supernus. Cheryl.
Good morning, everyone. Today, the word of the day is great, by the way. It's a great day.
Great.
So come here. Come closer. Do you have any secrets? Do you have any deep, dark feelings inside that you just need to get out, that are boiling to come out? Are they cluttering up your mind? I can tell you how to release them, but it's a secret. Don't tell anybody. So today we're talking about journaling and releasing your feelings into journaling, into journals. So basically, I've been journaling since I was a teenager. I have a whole box that's totally full and it's overflowing. I have to get a new box now. And I have a drawer upstairs too. So, so I've been journaling since I was a teen. And when I was a teenager, like I journal about boys and parents and woe is me, you know, typical thing. As I got older, I journaled the decisions that I would make or what was events that were going in my life. And I recently discovered, it was like 25, 26 years ago that I made some decisions and I created a path that led me to meet my husband. And it was very clear to me that those decisions led me to meet my husband, we'll be married 25 years in May. So that turned out to be a good thing. Basically, give me a minute. Oh, where did I go?
Right.
Okay. Why should anybody want to journal? Cheryl, why should I journal? You want to journal because everybody has those feelings inside, those feelings that you don't want to share with anybody, the deep, dark secrets, the deep, dark feelings that they need to be addressed. And one of the ways to address them is to put them in a journal. It's a safe place and it's safe and it doesn't go anywhere. You know, it stays in your journal and it doesn't have to go anywhere, which is the biggest point. Basically nowadays, I journal a lot about Parkinson's because if anybody that has Parkinson's knows there are a ton of emotions that go with it. Every symptom has an emotion and man, it gets old. I'll tell you what. But so a lot of those feelings, I don't necessarily need to tell everybody every emotion that I have on Parkinson's. And there's some of them that I just like to keep to myself. So I journal a lot about Parkinson's and I put all those thoughts and feelings into my journals. Another thing you can do with journaling is document events. We're going to talk about these things in more details in a little bit. And you can document medical symptoms. And Julia's going to tell us about the dive deeps.
So we're going to go over a couple of things today. We're going to discuss reasons for journaling. You guys are going to learn some different types of journaling that you can do. And then we're going to give it a try. We're actually going to do some exercises together. So if you haven't grabbed a pen and paper yet, I recommend you do so because we're going to do some fun stuff together. So Cheryl, why should we journal?
We should journal mainly to express those feelings that clutter your mind. You know, the ones I'm talking about?
Yep.
They just fill up your whole mind, and it goes, talks like you to you all the time. Those you want to put into a journal, and journals will not talk back to you, which is a good thing. And they listen to you, and they're there for you. And the pages are just waiting for you to write on them. It helps declutter your mind. It's gone. It's a space without judgment. No one will ever judge you for anything you write in your journal. You're the only one that's going to judge you, probably. So basically just writing those things down will help you out. It also helps you process your feelings. And something I discovered recently, it will help you find your beliefs, which I thought that you knew your beliefs like in your 20s and 25s, and they stayed that way. Well, I recently discovered you get new beliefs because you go through new things. And then when you go through these new things, you have to just find how you feel about it. So you write in your journal, and then voila, there's some more feelings and beliefs. I found that the other day. It was about honesty. I mean, but like real honesty. When you have a chronic illness, you need to be so honest with yourself and with your loved ones. And that's kind of what I was writing about. And it's just amazing to me that I still found more beliefs. I thought beliefs were settled, but they're not. And journals really help you process that.
I think that's a really important thing to mention.
Okay. You can document events, weddings, babies being born, anything important. We want to talk about documenting medical symptoms, because it's really, really, really important to document your medical symptoms. You want to go to your nurse practitioner or your doctor and have the information, especially if you have Parkinson's. As you know, symptoms go like this, right? Up and down, up and down, up and down. So you need to know what the pattern is. Like if something happens every day at 11, you need to be able to tell your nurse practitioner or your doctor that my foot moves every day at 11, or it doesn't move, or whatever symptom you have, that you document them. And one thing I came up with was,
We'll go through that.
We'll go through that
slides,
later.
yeah.
Okay.
One thing that Cheryl mentioned when we were working on this presentation was that this helps you process your feelings around Parkinson's, and that if you keep the feelings pent up, your body then reacts.
It does.
So
ask anybody.
Yeah. So she said that journaling has helped her with her symptoms. And when she's upset, she shakes, and journaling helps.
Journaling helps.
Journaling helps with that. So next slide. So there's actually studies that show that journaling helps with reducing stress. It keeps your memory engaged. It boosts your mood, and it strengthens your emotional functions. And these are just some of the benefits of journaling, of cultivating a journaling practice every day. And there's this really cool study that I found in our research. In 2006, there was around 100 young adults that were asked to spend about 15 minutes twice a week, either journaling about the events of their day and venting about the events of their day, or journaling about their upcoming plans. And then the study showed that there's a reduction in symptoms in like depression, anxiety, and they were just less hostile. 80% of the participants had seldom journaled prior to. So this is these are like the concrete facts that this helps, just keep yourself like a little bit more mentally engaged. And I found this fun fact that I wanted to share with everybody. Albert Einstein, Marie Curie, Frida Kahlo, Leonardo da Vinci, and Frederick Douglass all kept journals and diaries to record their experiences and thoughts and feelings. And actually, Kahlo and da Vinci wrote out about their emotions, and they mapped out their ideas. So a lot of really brilliant people had a journaling practice. Oh, I don't know if I'm brilliant, but you're brilliant. Anyway, so that's just a little fun fact that I found that I wanted to share with everybody. So we're going to get in the different types of journaling and what you can do, because some people think that journaling is just writing out your thoughts and your feelings, but there's so many different types of journaling that you can do.
There are so many types.
So many types. So the first one we're going to go through is gratitude journaling. And I practice this on the regular, and I just started a new one. So I don't know if you could see right here, little gratitude journaling. So what a gratitude journal is, you could do in the morning or the evening. You just write, I am grateful for ... And then you write a little list. It could be one thing, two things, three things, as many things as you want to write. I typically aim for 3 to 5. And what's really cool about gratitude journaling is actually can rewire your brain into having more of a positive mindset throughout the day. It does take a little bit of time. Like I've noticed the positive mindset will happen within about 3 or 4 times of writing it. So you have to keep it. It has to be a reoccurring thing that you do. So it's really cool to see that it shifts your mind and the way you think, which can be really
beneficial.
It's beneficial, especially when you either are a caregiver and something happens in the day and it just throws off your day. It helps you reset and realize that there's still things to really be grateful for.
You can always find something to be grateful for.
Yeah.
And it warms your heart, changes the negative to the positive.
Exactly. So
medical journals.
Yes, I will let you take it, Swan.
I'm going to talk about 2. There are a million ways to track your symptoms. This one that we're showing right now is a fancy one, and it's about this thick. And it has habit tracking, monthly review, medication tracker, symptom tracker, and medical expenses. So it looks at your whole medical issues, and you can document everything with that. And I did that for a while, and it was very helpful. But the one I really like is like a planner, and it has the do we have a picture? Yeah, there's a picture of it. It has the times on the left and the right, and the days in the middle. And you can see I use symbols. I didn't write anything out. When you have Parkinson's, your hand kind of goes like this after a while. Try writing in those little spaces. So like when my foot moves, I have a triangle. When my foot is still, I have a circle. It's so much easier to put the symbols. And I just made up a symbol list in the front of the book that, because I'm creative type. So this is my symbol, some of the symbols, and there you can see a pattern developing. I just made this up. This isn't my real journal. But I really like this daily planner because it has the time set in, which is really important for the doctors to know what times things are happening, because then they'll base your medicine decisions on time. And it's just so important. I can tell you how important it is to document your symptoms. Now, you don't have to document every one like I tended to do recently and gave to Maureen. Sorry, Maureen. But you document your symptoms enough so that you can report accurately to your doctor. It's just, I can't say enough how important that is.
And also it helps declutter your mind, so you're not thinking on Tuesday, well, what was my symptom that I just had on Sunday, and trying to get ready for your doctor's appointment. It's already kind of done. You don't really have to do a lot of thinking, and it makes space in your brain for other things.
Yeah, and you don't have to panic on the way down trying to think, now, when did I have my foot move, or when did this happen? And you have it documented, and all you have to do is study it and look at the patterns, and you already know before your appointment.
And the next journal that we're going to explore is processing emotions.
Emotions. We all have emotions. It's happy, sad, mad, glad, you name it. So these are a couple of the pictures of some of our journals. The first one is basically a mad journal. And the one on the left, I think, is the mad journal.
Yep. Right? So the scribbling is, I found this picture online, and the woman who used it or posted it, she wrote, you can't tell, it looks like scribbles, but she just wrote everything that was making her mad in a really aggressive manner, and then started scribbling. And that's very therapeutic. So that's a technique, like a anger journal, which is you kind of write your angry sensations that you're feeling until you feel a release.
Right. And I have a mad journal, and I write mainly the Parkinson's feelings go in there, or if I'm mad at somebody, and I tend to write up the stream and all over. I don't keep things limited to the lines, because what's the point of that? Just put the word mad, angry, sad, hate, unfair, anything. Just put whatever word you're feeling. And then you can scribble real fast. You can write real slow, real big, real small. There's no limit to how you do this. Just get the feelings out. And it has helped me tremendously since I started doing that.
Another type of processing emotion journal is if you go to Amazon and you write anxiety journal or apathy journal or happiness journal, there's going to be so many journals that give you prompts, such as the one in the middle, which the one in the middle is actually an anxiety journal. And I actually have it right here. So there's a lot of journals that you can look at that will give you prompts, and some are scientifically backed up or created to help you release said emotion or process said emotion. So just go to Amazon, and if you're wanting to explore a certain emotion, just type that emotion, like anxiety journal, press enter, and it'll give you some really great journal prompt options. The other one is the happiness journal, which is Cheryl's
second favorite journal. I created the happiness journal to write the happy things, because why should we just write about the unhappiness things? Like today, I have to write, it's a great day. I have no pain. I feel great. So I'm going to write that in the happiness journal. The happiness journal ends up being like an event journal. Things that you go through or go to. My husband and I recently saw Jesus Christ Superstar. Did anybody see that? It was wonderful. The production was fabulous. The singers were, oh my God, so good. And the dancers were just unbelievable. And the actors they were emoting. You could feel their emotions. They were so tied into their characters. So I was bragging about this, and my husband says, "Dear, did you put this in the happiness journal?" I love when he says that. So it is in the happiness journal. I checked last night just to be sure.
And what's cool about the happiness journal is if you're feeling really down about something and you want to revisit happy memories, it's a really good way to kind of remind yourself that there is things in your life that are going really well.
Right. Look back at it.
Yeah. And what's the difference between a gratitude journal and a happiness journal?
The gratitude journal is looking for things in your life that you are grateful for. You're grateful for the sunshine. You're grateful for your husband. You're grateful for your friends. You're grateful for this opportunity to learn about journaling. You look. I do it morning and evening most of the time, and you look at your day and you say, I'm looking forward to lunch with Julia today, which we're gonna have lunch afterwards. And that's what I'm looking, and I'm grateful for Julia and helping me with this program. So,
but the happiness journal is different than the gratitude journal. So
the happiness journal basically is when you don't have to be very, very happy, just happy. And you want to record that happiness, basically.
Yeah. Basically the gratitude journal is you are searching and really make an unconscious choice to find things in your life that you're feeling happy and grateful for. Where the happiness journal is in that moment, you're feeling happiness.
You're already happy.
You're already happy and you're writing it down. So there's we wanted to make sure that people knew that there was a difference.
And it's best if you pick something happy on the cover. You notice I have a really pretty cover for my happiness journal. My mad journal is a very plain journal, which I wrote some mean words on it. So I didn't give you a picture of that.
Next journal, which is actually Cheryl's favorite type of journal.
The art journal. Ta-da! I'm an artist. I'm a kindergarten artist. That's what I am. And these pictures are things from my actual art journal. When preparing for this program, I learned about a million types of journals, and the art journal really struck me as fun. It's playtime. And so these are pictures that I've done in the last year. I have 3 journals now since I started this, which was a year ago. So basically in clip art, you can press flowers, you can draw, you can scribble, you can do calligraphy, anything. It's freedom to draw, write anything you want. And I love the art part of it. And I'm a pretend artist, but
No,
I love it. I just love it. And it's a lot of fun. I have three journals and I recommend it highly. It's good playtime.
it helps one embrace their inner child, which I think if life is serious in general, life is
Yes.
serious when someone you love or care about has a chronic illness or you yourself. And it just lets you have permission to embrace your inner child and have playtime and forget about the rest of the world. It gives yourself a break.
And again, there's no judgment. Your fourth grade art teacher cannot judge you when you write this, when you do your art. No one's going to judge you, and anyone can do it. Even I can do it.
So the 4 that we went over are Cheryl's top 4 journaling techniques, but there's so many other different types of journaling one can do. There's poetry, there's vision and manifesting, which actually is my favorite type of journaling practice. Provided prompts, which we kind of showed an example in the processing emotion journals. Daily planners, which we showed an example of that in the medical journal. Bullet journaling, even a diary is a journal. Dream journal, where you wake up from your dreams and you write down what you saw in your sleep. Goal setting, and journal about projects, which doesn't sound like journaling, but it's helped me immensely in my career. So there's so many different types of journaling.
There are a million.
And honestly, if you are like, you're in this presentation, watching this presentation, and you're like, I haven't seen a journal type that I'm interested in, go to Google, do some research. Odds are there is something out there for you that you'll be interested in trying. So just do some research. So how do you start?
How do you start?
You honestly get a nice journal or pen and paper.
Pen and paper.
That's it.
Notebook and paper.
When I started my journaling practice, when I had, I always go through waves where I journal, then I don't, and I journal and I don't. I treat myself to a nice pen when I get started again. Something that I really enjoy, like the look of, or I prefer lighter pens than heavier pens. So I treat myself to a nice pen. There are weighted pens out there for someone who does have a tremor. Just go to Amazon. I feel like I'm sponsoring Amazon today.
They should have sent us journals.
They should have sent us journals. We keep mentioning Amazon. Go to Amazon and look for weighted pens. They are really beneficial to people who have tremors and want to write. And just select what type of journaling you would like to give a try. And that is how you get started.
Yes.
If you're not comfortable with journaling, there's periods of time where I don't feel necessarily comfortable sitting down and writing. Type it out. I will go on my computer and I will just go open a Google Doc and I will type. Or talk out loud and record yourself. You do like a video blog or video diary. There's also probably recording apps and journal apps that you can use on your cell phone. And some individuals might find the whole vulnerability aspect of journaling intimidating, but just keep trying it. Practice makes improvement. It does take a little bit of time to get a journaling practice kind of to become a habit.
And remember, there's no judgment anywhere.
Nope.
Anybody can do this. Anyone can write anything in their journals. No judgment.
No judgment.
So basically, you're going to decide if you are going to be organized or you're going to be free flow. I'm very much a free flow person. And so I write anything. There's no organization to it whatsoever. I like that. I don't think there should be. There should not be any set way except for the anxiety journal. So I guess maybe
there are some set journals. There are some.
Yeah.
So there was one thing that we actually, Cheryl and I decided to add this thought last minute was, if you're concerned about anyone reading your journal, you do have to establish some boundaries in your household and let your family know that this is your private space and that they're not to read it. And also, Cheryl, you said you have some hiding spots for your journals.
Yes, you can hide your journals under a mattress. You can put them in a safe. You can put them in a drawer. You can hide them anywhere you can. Or you can burn them. You can write the information and burn it.
Yep.
And
that's another
I
way
like
of
to
release.
keep mine because I like to do the retrospect.
Yeah.
And I forgot to say something else.
Okay.
I meant to mention this magazine that is a fabulous magazine. It's called Mantra Wellness. And anybody that has a chronic illness should look at this magazine and possibly subscribe. It's very different. Upside down. There's a page from it. It's very colorful. It talks about gratitude. It's all about wellness, but it's not like the typical good housekeeping types of wellness. Here's what self can you offer, how to make decisions for you. I get so much out of this magazine. It's unbelievable. And I clip a lot of things that go into my art journal. And they have these, I just love this magazine. They have little signs. You can't see that, can you?
We can send the photos.
Yeah, we'll send you photos.
That's another type of prompt. Anyway.
Yeah.
So today we're going to do some exercises together. So if you could grab your pen and paper, we're going to give you 3 prompts to give a shot. The 3 prompts are as follows. So pick which one just really pulls your heartstrings. Or if none do, then just make up your own question. So the 3 prompts that we have today are: what are 3 things you're grateful for right now? What is your favorite memory of yours from your childhood? And journal about your perfect day. So we're going to put about a 5-minute timer on. We're going to take ourselves off the screen and you guys are going to journal. And then when we come back, either someone from the audience can share, or if no one's comfortable, we'll just move on to our next prompt. So see you guys in about 5 minutes. Take us off the screen.
Mindy's
We
mine.
have about 3 minutes left. Two minutes. little less than a minute. Chris is going to request for people to unmute their mic. Feel free to accept that request if you like to share your journal prompt answer. Less than a minute. Should I give you guys music? I'm so sorry. We actually have someone who wrote their answer in the chat, which I love. Thank you. I am grateful for my friendship with Cheryl, my health, and the opportunity to listen outside in a park on an absolute gorgeous day.
Woohoo.
That is a great answer.
Woohoo.
Thank you so much for putting that in the chat.
Mhm.
Would anyone like to share? It's also okay if you don't want to. Yeah, just have to unmute yourself on the mic. And also it's okay if you don't want to share, if it's private. Okay. I don't think anyone else wants to share, and that's perfectly fine.
I'll share.
I knew Carol.
Yes.
You know, my wishes or my gratitudes are, it's a little unusual probably, but I guess it's a function of how old I am. But I'm grateful, first of all, for my family. You know, they're all over the place, and I love getting together with them. And the second thing may seem a little strange, but I'm grateful for running water.
Oh,
Because
Good point.
and I spent some time in the desert outside Morocco, in Morocco, and saw people walking 5 miles a day with a donkey to fill up these big jugs of water. And I've always thought of that since then when I turn on a faucet. I think how lucky we are to have that.
Yeah, we take that for granted, don't we?
Yes, we do. And another thing that's, again, a function of my age is that we've geared our budgets to donating, as much as we possibly can to causes we feel really good about. And, we were younger, we couldn't afford to do much of that, but I'm grateful that we can do it now. And it's a big part of our lives.
Wonderful.
And I think that's it for now. Somebody else.
Thank you for sharing that. That's one of the things I love about the gratitude journal is you really makes you think about the things that you have in your life that maybe you wouldn't have thought of unless you took down that conscious decision to sit down and think about it.
Right.
So thank you, Carol, for sharing. We really appreciate it.
I'll share.
Yay, Jenny. Okay.
So I'm grateful for my new kittens. They really have provided such a source of joy for me. And it's been a tough time. My father passed away at the end of July. And so, he was 96 and it's all good because he was ready to go, but it's still hard. But these kittens are wonderful.
Yeah.
And then who couldn't be thankful for this beautiful sunny day?
Yeah.
And
So
then I'm always thankful for a good hot cup of coffee every morning.
Jenny, it's really funny because I have a very similar gratitude journal entry as to what you just wrote. I journaled, I was grateful for my cat and my cup of coffee. Those were wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Does anyone else want to share before we move on? You have time for one more person to share if you feel willing to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Our next prompt. Help if I could. Next. Okay. Tiny poems. I'm going to let
Tiny
Cheryl take over.
poems. Tiny poems. I have a set of people that have helped me with this before. They know what I'm going to do, so they're going to help me out. We're going to write tiny poems. Do not freak out. Everybody can write a tiny poem. I have a jar, a magic jar of words, and I'm going to pull out about 15 words. And you're going to need to write them down. So get your paper and pen. And you can pick one word or 15 words. And we're going to make a poem from 12 words based on the words that I'm going to say. Now you can use one word or all the words that we're going to pull out. So here we go. And everybody get ready to write them down. They're good words. Clouds, walking. This take longer than I thought. Train, sun, heart, and teddy bear. Angel. I'm just pulling out a bunch. That way you have options. I believe in options. Babbling brook. Dance. And maybe two more.
What was the last one?
Dance.
I'm also going to put them in the chat.
That's good.
Oh, good.
And where'd this one go?
Need help? You good?
Tree. And I can't, I have to do one more. Elmo is the next one.
What?
Elmo,
Elmo.
Elmo?
the one
Elmo.
that we did last time in the
Oh,
program.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to have put Elmo. So everybody get ready to write their poem, 12 words, and then volunteers will read them out loud.
We'll give about 3 to 5 minutes for this, guys.
Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit longer.
Okay. See you guys in 5. Little less than 3 minutes. Okay, we're going to wrap up in about a minute.
My tea is especially good.
Oh, it is good.
Yeah.
So Cheryl and I decided to do this exercise with you guys.
Yep.
Mine is really cheesy. Oh, Quentin wrote theirs in the chat. Their day was sunny with little puffy clouds. They had a big heart. I love
That's
that.
good. I love that.
Okay, so the one I wrote, teddy bear hearts make me dance. I feel like a sun and cloud. So I used about 6 of the words provided. Woo!
Yay.
Okay.
Mine is, she danced in shade under the tree by a babbling brook, grateful for sun.
What I like about the tiny poem prompt is it's play. It's
It's
playtime.
play, yes,
And-
pure play.
And when
We
you're
like
kind of
that.
so focused on other things going on in the world, you forget to play.
You need to play every day.
Journaling prompts are good for play.
Yes,
But yeah, no, I loved your prompt. I love this prompt. I loved your poem.
she danced.
She danced. Anyone else like to share their tiny poem? No pressure.
No pressure or judgment in this room or rooms.
Okay.
Jim has one.
Jim, yes.
Jim, yay. Hi, Jim.
I see puffy clouds up in the sky. I hear a train just passing by. It's been said that I will never see a poem as lovely as a tree.
Oh, that's so good.
I love that. That was beautiful. Thank
That's
you
wonderful.
for sharing. I loved it. Would anyone else like to share before we move on?
Is Cindy trying to say yes?
I can't tell.
Cindy, did you want to go tell yours?
I wonder if she's writing hers in the chat.
Oh,
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go on to the next prompt, and then if someone wants to share their answer or tiny poems, they can put it in the chat and we
yes.
will read. So like I said, today's presentation was brought to you by Supernus. Supernus is actually doing a journal prompt competition kind of right now. So there is an I am poem, which for those who have their journal that's already been delivered to them in the mail, it is in the very back in the little folder slot. You want to take it out, and it's kind of like Mad Libs. You fill in the blanks, and they will tell you what type of words they're looking for. And if many of you guys do the prompt, we can later on all get together and have a Zoom session where we share it. It is a really long journal prompt, so we're not going to do that together today, but I will email everyone later to see if anyone's interested in sharing it as a group or just via email. So in the community members who wish to submit their I am poems for the inclusion in the 2023 World Parkinson Congress Tulip exhibit may do so by visiting PMD Alliance's website. You can also email me and then I will get you more information on that. So this is a fun journaling prompt homework assignment if you would like to do it. No pressure.
And the PMD Alliance is a very good organization. I view their webinars all the time.
Thank you so much for attending our presentation today. I know this was a different PDEDU than usual,
Yeah.
but I felt that this would go really well for, pairing with the April spring forum, because we did mindfulness and such, and journaling is such a good pairing with mindfulness. So
Yeah.
this is kind of an extension of that. So thank you guys for being super open to our new
Yes.
concept.
And I have one more thing to say. I have a website, and I have all my poetry on it. I have 12 poems, and it's my website. So it's my view of life. And I talk about Parkinson's a lot, and it's inside-parkinsons.com.
It's great.
Thank you, Carol.
It really is. I find it very helpful.
I put links to things, and you can find a lot of things on my website.
Ooh, someone wrote, not unable to mute my poem. Okay. So this is Cindy's tiny words poem. Thank you for sharing. 5 senses: feel warm sun, see children running, hear babbling brook, smell fresh flowers, taste joy.
Wonderful.
That's
Wonderful.
Great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you, Cindy.
we have about 5 minutes left of this program. Does anyone have any questions for our journaling expert today?
I just wanted to thank both of you. I know you worked hard on this program, and
Thank you.
I appreciate the presentation and the experiences.